In 1975, James Clavell wrote a novel named Shogun that became a hit and soon after got a television adaptation. Even though it was highly acclaimed, but it never reached to the heights that the story deserved. 4 decades later, the retelling of this story is about to change how we see historical fictions. So without wasting the time, let's dive in to know what makes Shogun a great series overall.
覚悟はできておりまする。
Shogun's effort to banking on authenticity seems to have paid off. The 80s Shogun wanted you to see Japan through the Western eyes, and that's what makes current Shogun different, because this time in the script, makers put more of Japanese lenses and tried to show more details about Japanese culture deeply. All Japanese characters are played by Japanese actors, and the show did not rely on English. Actors speak period Japanese while dressed in detailed costume and sets. Numerous Japanese expert consultants and crew members also worked on the show, making sure the whole atmosphere will look as authentic as possible. The hired crew had experience with samurai movies and television, and they made sure basic details would match the storytelling. This included wigs, specific gestures, and movements, and such world building gave the Japanese characters more room for development. Whenever book-to-screen adaptation happens, there is always a possibility a considerable amount of original material gets put to the side. However, Shogun makes the necessary adjustments to the source material. Shogun is a vast story of multiple players and pawns. It is based on a real-life person, Tokugawa Ieyasu, a well-respected historian figure. So paying a proper respect to such historical era was very important.
You know, he was my hero since I was a kid, because he stopped the war period and then created the long-time peaceful era.
Otherwise, we know how television distorts the history, even with fictional representation. Shogun used his team brilliantly. Their amazing talent takes you in that period and show you an honest characterization of history and tradition, who ensured the actors' movements corresponded to the social standing and honored the character they portrayed. It is just mesmerizing how each and every actor walk, talk, and act. Among several beautifully crafted cast members, there are 3 main cast members: Cosmo Jarvis, Hiroyuki Sanada, and Anna Sawai, who leads the story. But I must say, whenever Hiroyuki Sanada appears on screen and wields Shogun in his hands, you do not dare to look away. Even every background actor played an important piece here, and that's the reason Shogun has snatched several Emmys in acting. One of the most challenging tasks to create a historical drama is to show the visually pleasing era, environment, and set designs, and Shogun is not an exception. From the rock gardens to the thousands of handmade costumes, Shogun's design is a mixture of sensitive details and practical appreciation that easily compete with any big-budget movie. As Hollywood Reporter reviews it, everything feels lived in, not just eye-catching for ogling's sake. Shogun has 10 episodes, and it does tell you majority of an epic tale, and yet it did not rush to it. In this time, when audience have literally plenty of content available in just one click, most of us prefer fast-paced drama, and that's where Shogun is really up for the challenge. It allows proper time for its audience to become completely engaged in the story and care for its characters. Also, like much of the content today, Shogun's story did not rely on violence and nudity. In fact, such sequences are carefully placed here. There are fight scenes, but the violence is sudden and shocking. Guys, Shogun is good because of the talented writers combined with great directors and team who can work together. All of this combined with a studio that trusts the vision of these artists without interfering. It is made with love and respect to the source material and the craft of making.